Hello, it is 7:30. It is Monday. That means a little learning is going to happen. I will keep it short and sweet and hopefully just a little bit of learning. One of the really cool things that I get asked on a regular basis is, well, how do you know where to get your food? And then how do you know what kind of food that you need to get? And so I want to give you the little 411 or the little scoop on what I do and how I go shopping. So I've been working on this for 5 years. I thought I was doing great before. I would just run in, I'd get anything on sale that I possibly could get at the grocery store. I'd buy the cheapest food that I could possibly get. A lot of noodles were involved in it, a lot of breads. I had to do some major shifting and I had a lot to learn. And so I'm going to pack it into real quick for you. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Even if you're watching this later, just drop them in the chat and I'll be more than happy to answer any that you might have. I also want to preface that I'm going to be very careful as far as trying to get too detailed on where I go shopping specifically, because not everybody is from River Falls, where I'm from. So you have your own places that are around you, but I think we can pretty much get a good general on it. So again, any questions, just go ahead and ask away, and I'll see if I can figure out how to answer them and read them and figure it all out. Okay, so where do I shop? First thing I want you to always consider is think local first, okay? Wherever your local is, I want you going local. Local, there are certain things I want you to think about with that. Farmers markets, CSA programs, farm stands, and co-ops. So let's talk about farmer market. They're great, super wonderful for fresh in-season produce. The things that are going on currently right now and growing are the best things that you can get. You also are going to have meat vendors there, maybe some honey, breads. What I want you to do is build the relationships with these people. These people are working hard to grow food. They want to sell it and you want to buy it. So I'm going to kind of go high level a little bit later on here as things I want you to ask some of these people in order to get the healthiest options, but hit your farmers markets. Super great. Other things are CSA programs. Now, CSA programs are buy-in programs. You sometimes might buy in the winter, maybe in January, February, or maybe later on you can purchase and jump on into this group. So essentially you're helping fund the farmers. So the farmer is able to then purchase all the product that they need and then grow the food for you. And then they disperse it out kind of on their schedule. Maybe it's every week, maybe it's every other. Everyone's a little different in how they do that. So what are you going to do? You're going to Google where are the farmers markets in your local area. You're also going to go ahead and Google what your CSA programs are that you have available. Great options. Other things are farm stands. I don't know about you guys, but I drive back roads a lot. And when I'm looking, I'm just having a blast. I'm trying to figure out what do they have available at that farm. Also co-ops. So we have co-ops in our area. Again, I'm in River Falls. And what we've got our co-op here in River Falls. We've got one up in Hudson and also one in Stillwater. Now, they're member-owned stores. And what's cool about them is they try to carry local and cleaner label options for you. So I'd highly recommend you stop into your local co-ops as well. Now, when you are looking at your farmers, your vendors, your different things, there are certain questions that you could be asking. You want to kind of get an idea and go, how are you growing your vegetables? Are you an organic-based farm? Again, remember, I'm all about organic. The least amount of toxicity that you can get in your food, the better. So let's just start on the one continuum. But you can befriend these people. Ask them, what are you using? Do you have pesticides that you're trying to take care of? What are the fertilizers you're using? What type of seeds do you have? These are all great questions and things that they want to be able to share with you. You make the choices based on what's best for you and your family. Don't forget, though, that you aren't just looking at produce. You're also potentially looking at meat. You're also maybe eggs, honey, breads, lots of different things you can find at these places. So I encourage you, ask these same questions to these people. I got to let you know, though, I do have one vendor that I do want to call out here. Super. Y'all know that I love my beautiful honey. And if you haven't heard about the honey, I've got a Beyonce update. Not Beyonce. Oh, that was one of the names. I do have, is it? Oh, gosh, never mind. I'm having a brain fart moment here right now. Anywho, I want to talk about meat. So I've been getting meat. We've done a lot of research locally. I love Udder Hills Farms. We've been buying meat from them for 4 to 5 years now. Just can't say enough about them. Again, Google them, Udder Hill Farms. Other things that I kind of want you to think about too are you do have other options. So you might have grocery stores in your area that you're living. We currently have 3 in our town. We've got Aldi's. Aldi's are all over the place. And I actually like Aldi's. Aldi's has the options that you can get organic, as well as other things that you can be looking for on the shelves that might be gluten-free or perhaps maybe organic as well. We also have Family Fresh, and we do also have Patax and same types of things. You just kind of got to be a little crafty in where you try to find these products that you're looking for. So as you start to learn and develop recipes and start to understand different things, you might find something you don't understand on the recipe. This is a great place to start digging. If you can't find it, don't be afraid to ask the store managers, hey, do you have this available? Try to get the stuff local. And the only way you're going to do it is to be able to advocate for yourself and say that you want it and you need it. But I'm also all about trying to get to some other bigger types of stores because they tend to have a bigger variety of things. That's where I'm headed to, say, maybe Festival up in Hudson. I also might be looking at going to Costco. Costco has some great products available, a little bit larger bulk. And so you got to do your research on what you're buying. You can't get stumped on some of these things. But that is another place. Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. Again, I've done this for 5 years. I figured it out. I do have clients that like to tell me, though, that they like online purchasing. So say, for example, Thrive Market. I've got one person that specifically loves it. She's got a membership through there, and she just goes through and she just does click, 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 and poof, it shows up at their home. I personally haven't quite done that yet. Maybe I'll venture into that. That's something else for me to do. So I did a lot of research. So I was looking, trying to figure out what are the things I want to try to avoid? What are the things that are the chemicals? What are the yucky stuff that I don't want to have in my body? So how did I do that? Well, I did a lot of research on a site called EWG, or Environmental Working Group. And that was great for me to understand a lot of these words. But there's also easier ways for you. Now, to go back to EWG, again, it's a website. If you just type in Environmental Working Group or EWG, just do a Google search. They do have apps available, and they're wonderful. So you can easily kind of download some of those and try to use them as just right in front of your face information as you're shopping. Or there's two other apps that I recommend. One is called Yucca, Y-U-K-A. And when you're looking in your app store, there's a little carrot related to it. It's like a little carrot picture. That's that first one. That's the Yucca app. As well as Trash Panda. Yeah, I said Trash Panda. Is that not the coolest name? Anyhow, you're looking at these two different free versions. You don't have to get the paid ones. You can just go for the free ones at first to start. It allows you to scan a label at the store. Now, their databases are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So have patience if they don't have it. You can see if you can figure out a way to get that on their app. But you go ahead and you scan it, and it'll give you either like a green check mark, a black X, or a red X. Maybe it'll tell you this is a great option, or there's a different color variable or something like that. And it's going to give you information as to why it is good or not good. I do not 100% endorse all of the things that are on there, but you know what? When you're just starting out, it's pretty darn good. So I highly recommend using an app. Come up with a way in order to just start getting the education. Because to me, quite honestly, the education is the key, and that's what's going to help you understand what are better products for you. Remember, we're looking at whole food, ideally. That is the best thing to be doing. But you also want to really be just thinking, how do I do things closer to home? Why is it so important to go closer to home? When you are eating food that is literally picked out of that garden and you get it, whether it's out of your own garden and you put it right in your mouth, that is the best nutrient content that you're going to get. The longer it has to sit away from the plant before it gets into your belly, your nutrition is leaving. So go to the farmer's market. You're going to get way better than you're going to get when you go to the grocery store that has to truck it in from somewhere. It sat in a warehouse and it didn't get to your belly quick enough. So again, kind of recapping all of this. Support local, get to know your vendors at your farmers markets, try some CSAs, check out your co-ops, shop locally in your grocery stores, read your labels, and do the best that you can and make the best decisions for you and your family. Again, any questions, go ahead, drop them in the chat, and I'm more than happy to answer them. If you're curious to find out more about what I do, or you want to work one-on-one with me, or just want to find out more about it, check out my website. It's a link that's up in the little oh my gosh, my brain farting. I so apologize. There's like a bio thing. Go ahead and click on the link up there. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Monday. Bye-bye.